All right, we're experiencing some technical difficulties, but I apologize for that. Let me know if you can hear me. Please drop in comments so that I can see. If you can hear me, just let me know that you can hear me. Tell me your name and where you're streaming from. Okay, your name and where you're streaming from. And again, if you can see me, also say that you can see me so that I know. I was talking about tonight's event, and I said that we're having a speaker that has over half a decade experience in the social media space, especially building a business from social media. So we're going to learn a lot today. And I hope you're coming prepared to take value. So if you don't have your book, your pen, look, I have mine. This is actually my jotter from the last 10x Business Conference. So I have my pen and I am also here to take out the good stuff. Unlike you, I also know about growth and yeah, I'm excited about tonight's event. So make some noise if you're happy to be here. I can't see anybody in the comments. Please, I want to get to meet us. So just tell me your name and where you're streaming from. Okay, we're going to have fun. So we're not just coming here to come and do serious. No, 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 no. We're going to have so much fun. So please make sure you're taking notes and ask questions where necessary because if you don't ask questions, you'll never know, and you just have a lot of answers, a lot of questions going unanswered. Now is the time for you to bring out all those questions you've been tossing in your bag. Oh, I can see that we have Victoria from Port Harcourt. Hello, Victoria. Welcome to the webinar. I hope you're excited to be here, and I hope you have your pen and your jotter. Okay, and if you do not want to write, you can as well just take notes with your AI. I think AI has made a lot of things very easy for us right now, so it is very much easy. I have my phone, I'm taking notes, and I still have pen, so let's go. Please make some noise if you're from Abuja. I have Faithfulness joining us from Abuja. Please, let's give it up for Faithfulness. Welcome. So today our webinar is talking about the seven-figure hack, and we're going to be learning from an expert how to build a freelance social media business, right? And like I said before, it is value packed. So I wouldn't want anyone to come here and not have one thing they're taking home. So it's important that we pay attention, we're listening and asking questions. I love asking questions, so trust that I will do so much of that because this pen here will be here to take notes. All right. So let's give a few moments. Our speaker will be joining us soon. Don't worry, I'll introduce who she is to us. I know we are very much eager to know who she is. And some of us have already seen, the flyers about the webinar, so I'm sure we already know who we're expecting. Oh, I have Promise joining from Port Harcourt. Hello, Promise. Good evening and welcome to 10x Business Conference pre-conference webinar. Right. So please, as you join us, just tell us your name and where you're streaming from. Okay? I'm really sorry, guys, but our speaker will be joining us in a few moments. But while we're waiting for our speaker, how about we talk about social media and what good it has done for us in the recent times? We see that there are a lot of people have, made a living for themselves through social media. A lot of people have made so much money from social media. I currently decided that I'm going to actually look into that direction because there's money in social media. And that's one of the reasons I am here today hosting this webinar because I want to learn how to turn um, my followers to my customers or to my consumers or to my audience. Either which, that is why this conference is here today because we can see in recent time what social media has done for a lot of people. In fact, careers have sprung up from social media, and that is exciting, right? So while we're waiting for our speaker, I want to keep seeing our comments. Tell me your name and where you're joining us from. Hello, Miriam. We have Miriam joining us from Ibadan. So I'm just stylishly waiting for a lot of us to come because the moment we start, I don't want anybody to miss anything. So go and call your friends, those of your family members that are dancing on TikTok all the time. Call them to come here because this is the time for them to learn how to even dance better on TikTok. Yes. So we're not just coming to teach you how to make money. We're going to teach you how to leverage the strategies that would help you generate that income you're looking for. So please go and call your village people, call everybody. We must make money from social media this year. I have Florence joining from Abuja. Florence, welcome to 10x Business pre-conference webinar. Thank you for joining us today. We're just waiting for everyone to come on board before we begin. So please tell me your name and where you're joining from so that I can give you a shout out. Okay? Yes, I see we are turning up. I can see that we are turning up. I can see that we are turning up. I have Florence Okore. Okay. Do we have two Florence? Okay. I can see I can see Halima. Halima is joining us from Port Harcourt. Hello, Halima. Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome to 10x Business pre-conference webinar. I'm so excited to have you all here. Please go and call your friends. Oh. I don't want them to miss the value we are dishing out tonight. Go and get your friends, your loved ones. Everyone should be here. Anybody that is interested in making money from social media needs to be on this call. I'm going to be calling names though. From these comments, I'll be calling your name so you go and call your friends, your families, and loved ones. Everybody should come. Promise, are you here? If you're here with us, please go and call your friends. Call everyone to be that needs to be here to join us. When they say they should not hide updates, this is the update. Oh, don't hide it. Call everybody to come and see the updates. It is here. They say follow who no road. Now here. All right. I'm really sorry for the break in transmission. We had some technical issues that needed to be resolved, but then everything is fine now. So I have with me our very special guest, no other person, but please, guys, if your hands are not too busy, join me in welcoming our social media guru. Her name is Precious Chika Amadi. Please make some noise for our speaker tonight. Hello, Ma.
Hi, good evening. Good
Hi, good
evening.
evening.
Hello.
Please can you turn your
Yeah,
camera
can
on?
you? Okay, I'll do that very briefly.
All right.
Okay.
So, guys,
Yeah,
while
good
we are
evening,
waiting for
everyone.
all right, good evening. You're welcome. You have the
Yeah,
floor.
okay. All right. Can you see my face now?
Oh, not at all. Okay, yes, I can see your face now.
All right, great. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are we all doing today? Okay. Today we are talking about how to build a social media management business from scratch. And I'll be training you on that this evening. My name is Precious Chika Amadi. I am the founder and CEO of the Social Media Guru Agency and also the lead trainer at the SMG Academy, where we train individuals to become social media managers, UGC creators, and another career path in social media. So tonight I'll be training you, and I have a little presentation put together that will guide my training. I have tried as much as possible to put everything that is necessary for anyone who wants to venture into this path to learn into this presentation, because social media management and everything about it cannot all be taught in one day, but I'm going to try my best to give you as much as is needed to make this change. All right, so let me quickly pull up my screen and then I will share with you. I have been a social media manager for I've been a social media manager for 5 years, and I have been a trainer for 3.5 years since then. So I know that this sorry, I'm trying to pull this up. So I know that this particular career path, I have seen it change people's life. I've seen it change people's life. I'd like to know that I'm actually speaking to someone. Can you, if you're in the comment section, just drop an emoji, anything. Just let me know that I am speaking to someone. Okay. So just let me know that you're ready to learn and that I'm with someone. Okay. And please let me know if you can see my screen. I'm pulling it up right now. Please, can you add it into the meeting? I think it's trying to come in. Hello? Hello?
I'm with you. Sorry, I'm trying to do that for you.
All right, thank you. So tonight we're teaching on building a freelance social media management business from scratch. All right, so first things first, I want you to know that the aim of tonight's class is to teach you how to get started as a social media manager, how to find and sign clients, pricing, services, workflow tools, and strategies that you need to scale. So let's start with this. understanding the role of a social media manager. What does a social media manager do? Now, many of you have heard the term social media management, and you know that a social media manager is someone that manages social media accounts online, and that is true. That is at the core of what social media managers do. So when you see brands and businesses that are consistent online, they always all have a social media manager that is working. Now, even if the founder is the one that is the social media manager themselves, there is always someone handling the social media account. So, a social media manager is responsible for managing social media accounts for businesses and brands, creating content, engaging with the audience, and running ads. Now, this is not a must, but most social media managers are able to also run ads, do marketing for their clients. Social media managers are able to work independently and earn income either per project or on a monthly retainer. I want to start by introducing to you the concept of social media management. So, someone has a business and they need someone that can be posting about their businesses online. They do not have the time to do that for themselves. What do? They hire a social media manager, right? And so, this social media manager comes, creates a content calendar, develops it into content, engages with the audience, post this content, set up ads with some of content that they have already created, manage the content, know which is working well, which should be dumped, which should be improved on. These are all the things that a social media manager will do. All right. And then you need to know that as social media manager, you can be a freelance social media manager where you're working independently and you're earning income per project or monthly. Or you can be an in-house social media manager where a company hires you, you're being paid salary, you're coming to work just as every other person, but your business is the social media account of that company. All right. So, what are some of the essential skills that you need to be a social media manager? Number one, content creation. You need to learn how to do a bit of graphic. For social media managers, honestly, if you have a very good understanding of Canva, how to create designs using Canva, you are good to go. You need to understand Canva, how to create content up until even the captions, right? There is a power in words that social media managers should be able to command. You need to know how to edit videos. So CapCut and Canva edit and Canva design are some of the important skills that social media managers have to have. But aside that, these are skills that you need. But the main thing, the most important one is strategy and analytics. The reason I say it's the most important is because for me, I have worked with brands where they will bring in a graphic designer, they'll bring in a video editor. All I have to do is sit down, create the strategy for that client. After I've created the strategy, I would use it to create a content calendar, develop the content calendar, and then give the designer and the video editor briefs on what I want them to do. So even up until the kind of video that is shot, I'll be the one to say, okay, this is what I need. This is how I need this video to be. And after the raw video has come, I will tell the video editor how I want it to be edited. Right. So sometimes you can have help in that department, and that is okay. But one thing that is a core purpose of a social media manager is strategy. You need to be able to think like, where is this brand right now? What do they need on social media? What do they need to grow on social media? What is their goal? And how can I use social media to achieve this goal for them? Right. So these are questions that you have to ask yourself. These are questions that you have to ask every time as a social media manager. So, social media management strategy involves all of these things. The next is community management. You need to be able to build or sustain engagement, respond to comments and messages in a very orderly manner. Because as a social media manager, you are like the first touch that the brand has, that the audience have with the brand. So when they want to send a message, they either send it to the DM or they'll put it in the comment section and they'll ask questions. And they'll ask questions. And one thing that you need to be able to do is to represent the brand in a way that the audience feel heard and they feel seen. You have to be very courteous. You have to be very very, very professional in the way you handle these things. The next is advertising, basics of advertising. Nobody expects you to be an entire advertising or marketing guru, right? Because, but as a social media manager, you should be able to say, okay, this is the goal that this brand wants to achieve. And if they do not have a social media marketer, I can step in to work on this. Which of this, so how do we get to their goal? Are they trying to generate leads for their businesses? What do we do to generate more leads? What is going to be the lead magnets that we're going to use to generate these leads for them? So this lead magnets now, what is going to be the sales funnel? How do we build a sales funnel to lead people from the point where they are at the top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel, right? And top of the funnel is like just the awareness stage where you just let people know what it is and then they just keep coming down. I would explain a bit more on this, but for now I'm just saying that just the basics of it. Nobody is expecting you to go in depth into marketing unless you want to also have that as a core skill that will go side by side. But you should be able to sit down and create a sales funnel through which clients can get results with paid advertising, right? And you should be able to set up these ads to especially and at least on Facebook, on Instagram. If you're using TikTok, you need to learn how to run TikTok ads too. If you're using Snapchat, depending on what you're using, you need to learn how to run those ads. Okay. Now the next is client and sales and client management. I tell my students that a social media manager has nothing to do, has little to do with sales. And let me explain what I mean when I say that. It means that a client cannot tell you that your work is based off on the sales that they make. So, or I will pay you as we make sales, or you're going to be paid per sale. You're not a sales rep, you are a social media manager. So you are going to work with them on you're going to work with them on making sure that in the end they are hitting their goals. If it's sales goals, their money goals, whatever it is, you're going to make sure that you're working with them to make that happen, but you are not a sales rep. So because you know that you're not a sales rep, it doesn't mean that you are now in a position where you're not doing anything at all. You should learn how to close deals, how to handle clients. So someone is in the DM and they are asking questions, right? If there is someone you know that has to maybe talk with them, you will quickly try to get that person. You don't see a message and just ignore it because, oh, nothing concern me, concern sales, right? So we need to get that in. And then client management, especially if you're a freelancer, you're going to be working with multiple clients. So it is very important for you to know how to handle clients. I'm just going over the essential skills that you need. If you can take the skills like, oh, I know how to do this, 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 then you're good on your way to go. All right. Now let's talk about choosing your niche and your service. Selecting your niche, you have to decide the kinds of people you want to serve, right? So I know I have students that are social media managers strictly for coaches. So you have to be a coach. Maybe you have a mentoring thing, you have a course, you have a program that you do, and then you are a coach. They can work with you. For some, they say they work with only e-commerce brands. It means that you have to have a product, a physical product you're selling. Some people are social media managers just for restaurants. All my social media managers just for real estate. So my social media managers just for schools, just for churches, depending on what you're doing. You have to select a niche and then stay with it. All right. But if you're starting up and you are concerned that, oh, selecting a niche um may mean you putting yourself into a box, it is okay for you to test different waters and then see what you want, what you like, what you're better at. But as you grow, unless you are growing into an agency that has the capacity to handle all, it would be important for you to decide, okay, I can work with this set of people, this set of people, this set of people. Because if you're working only you have personal brands, you have coaches, you have e-commerce, you have this one, you have you will burn out. It is easier to work your brain in a particular way, right, as a social media manager, because being a social media manager means a lot of thinking, a lot of strategy, a lot of brain work that will be done. And if you are working your brain towards one niche, over time you begin to develop thinking muscles that, in fact, you don't even need to spend so much time creating content because you are almost an authority in that niche already, right? So what are some of the services that you can offer? It's not every time that as a social media manager you will do full social media management service. And let me explain that. All right. So sometimes as a social media manager, someone can reach out to me and say, oh, I need a social media strategy. Sometimes they can reach out to me and say, sometimes they can reach out to me and say, I need a content calendar, right? So depending on what they want, and depending on what you have space for. So, for instance, oh, I can handle 3 social media clients and then 3 other part services, right? So, what are some of the services that you can offer? One, social media content creation, where you're just creating content for them and then they can take the content by themselves and post it, right? So, you create a content calendar, develop content, everything. So, it may even involve you editing the videos, depending on what the agreement is, maybe involve editing the videos, designing the carousels, the designs, putting the captions, the hashtag, everything, and all they have to do is post it themselves. It can be page management and engagement. Sometimes people even tell you, oh, don't worry, I know the videos I want to shoot, I know the content I want to create, I will shoot it. I have a designer, I have a video editor. I just do not have time to I just do not have time to post these things, right? I just do not have time to post these things. So I need you to come on and post it and do engagement. That can be part of the service. The next is social media strategy and consulting, right? Social media strategy and consulting. Now, someone can meet you and just say that they want you to consult for them. In fact, this is one of the ways that I'm able to make income in short term, right? A lot of consulting deals where you just come on a call, 2 hours, you consult for their business. It can start from auditing to strategy and everything. And then when you're done, of course, you're paid before you're done. And then when you're done, you are done. You don't have to do any major work of content creation or anything. It can just be strategy and consulting. The next is paid advertising. There are people that just reach out to me and they just want me to run ads for them, just ads. They have their social media in check. They just need ads. All right. Analytics and reporting, and then also user generated content, right? So depending on what it is that they need, you just need to know how to deliver those things to you just need to know how to deliver those things to them. All right, now let's talk quickly about setting up your business properly. To set up your business properly, you're just starting as a social media manager, and now you've learned the skills that you need. And so you know, you go on to, okay, I work with e-commerce, real estate, and restaurants. Is it too much as a freelancer? No, it is not. If you can handle those 3 niches, it's okay. It's not too much as a freelancer. Now, you have decided that you want to become a social media manager. One thing that you can do is you have gone with all the skills that I have listed one by one. You go and learn more because, like I said, there is so much about social media management that cannot be taught in one day. But what I'm doing is giving you a blueprint on everything that you will need to get started. So now that you know the skills you need to go and learn, it will now be your responsibility to say, okay, let me go and learn how to do strategy. Let me go and learn how to do this. Let me go and learn how to do that. You pick them all up one by one. The services that you have to offer, you pick them all up. Because remember, these services that I listed here, these are all what makes up a full social media management service, but you can also offer them one by one. So you can learn all of these things. Now, after you have learned it, you have the skill. What next is setting up your business. How do you do that? You start by, you can, now, please know that this business structure, some people can get very will I say fixated on choosing all of these things that they will now leave the main thing you're supposed to do. Choosing a business name should not be hard for you. If it is hard, you start with your name first. You start with your name. Yes, Precious Chika, freelance social media manager. Over time, when you get your business name, you make the switch. And if you have a business name already and you want to set it up properly, then you set up a logo, branding, then set up a portfolio. Now, this is the one that is most important. Someone may be asking, I'm just starting. How do I set up a portfolio? Very easy. Very easy. What do? You reach out. In fact, it's a good way to get practice because now you have learnt the skill. You have learnt the skill, but it is also important for you that you go from learning the skill. It's also very important for you that you go from learning the skill to now practicing it so that your first time of practicing your skills is not on a paid client. So, what do? You go ahead to offer your services to people that are around you for free. Let them give you their accounts to manage for them. Use their accounts to build your portfolio. What did you do for them? You take note of it. The data from what you did, what's happened, what increased, what you did well, take note of all of those things and put them into a portfolio. This will help you so that subsequently, when you now start reaching out to clients or you're now advertising your services and people say, let me see what you have done, you can show them, oh, I have worked with this brand, I have worked with this brand. Nobody needs to know that they did not pay you for it. All they are seeing is that, oh, if you're able to do this, you're able to do that. They can see the designs you made, they can see the videos you edited, they can see your statistics, they can see your analytics and insights, and they say, okay, if this person was able to do this, then I can trust that they can handle my account, right? Now, what are the tools that you need? For content creation, you need Canva and CapCut. For scheduling and proper management, you need the platform first of all. So if you're using Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the rest, then you need Meta Business Suite, and you can use Metricool, right? You can use Metricool. You can use, there are some that I did not add here. You can also use Hootsuite or Buffer, right? Any of them to help you with scheduling and to help you with management. And by management, I mean, oh, okay, you can check someone has commented, you respond to it, and all. There are people that are not very comfortable with giving you their social media accounts. So sometimes you have to manage it through this place. It's limited in that you cannot properly manage engagement and some other things, but you can still do quite a lot with it, right? But if they're comfortable giving you their account details, then you log in and you do the work properly. Now, we also, okay, I have Hootsuite listed here. Great. All right. So, analytics, Facebook Insights, and Instagram Analytics. If you want to check your analytics, it's better to just go straight to the platform and let it tell you what it is reading. For communication and CRM, we have that's customer relationship management. We have WhatsApp, we have Trello, we have Notion. So if you are finding a way that you want to communicate with your clients, you want to keep everything organized, you can use Trello, you can use Notion. But if you want the basics, just straight to the point, you can also use WhatsApp. You can even use Slack too, right? Just anything that makes work easy for you for communication, right? And for clients management. You can use all of these tools. But if you're starting, you don't want anything complicated, have a Google Drive where you store all the information of your clients. Give them access to a link in that Google Drive where they will upload videos and pictures for you that you can use for your designs and your edits and your posts. Communicate with them via a group chat on WhatsApp. Maybe you can have a business number. You know that this business number is the one that your clients have. So you can open a group chat and you communicate with them so that you are not seeing Trello, Notion, Slack, and your heart is beating like, this is plenty work to do. It can be as simple as you want it, and it can be as detailed as you want it. It still works. All right. Next thing, let's talk about pricing your services. Sometimes, for instance, you can do full page management where you're taking care of everything from editing to video editing, Canva design, content creation, posting, everything. And to make that happen for full page management, You can say, okay, this is how much I'm going to charge. Now you need to take note of different things. If you're using CapCut, how much are you going to be paying for CapCut monthly? You're using Canva, how much are you paying for Canva monthly? Data, how much data do you spend monthly? Light, how much do you spend on light monthly? These affect your working cost. Don't be in a hurry to just say, oh, 100K, and you're making posts twice a day. You're doing Monday to Saturday, most of them video editing, this one, that one, that one. Don't be in a hurry to do that. And the company is not giving you CapCut details, it's not giving you Canva details. No, you need to sit down and put all of your costs together. Then when you put this cost together, as a rule of thumb, at least when you're starting, right, you should be able to do times three of that as your cost. It means that if the cost for Canva, CapCut, Light, data is like 30,000, do times three, 90,000, and that should be like your starting point. And as you grow, you're able to do more. You're even using maybe bigger tools, right? This is just for a starting point. Do not make this mistake, so that at least you know that after you remove your cost, you still have two of this. For someone who is a beginner, like you're a beginner, you know you're still at intern level. Now, a payment structure can also be, okay, I'm doing social media content for you. Now I'm going to deliver to you 50 pieces of content, videos edited, carousels designed for 250,000 naira. I will deliver everything to you, but I will not post it for you. You will post it yourself. Full page management. I will take care of everything. Maybe across two, three platforms. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, between 400K and above, right? Ad management, depending on their budget size now. So what I do is that depending on the budget size, so if the budget is big, you can say, okay, your ad cost is 10% of the budget. If the budget is not big, you can have a fixed amount for setting up ads. Your fixed amount can be like 100K, then you set up their ad budget with their ad budget. But if they have a good ad budget, you can be 10% of their ad budget. All right. Next, in social media strategy and consulting, you can say, okay, I do 50,000 for an hour, or for 2 hours, 150,000, or 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on how you are doing it, right? Just always take note of what it will cost you to be there. And then remember that your time is also money. So they're paying for your time, for your skill. And as you grow, your time will also cost more. Your skill will also cost more. All right. So I have already touched on how to set your pricing. I've already I have made a mistake already, but thank God I'm in this class and learning as I'm doing full page management for a particular client, but I now have an idea already. Glad to know, Dahunsi, Daniel. Glad to know. All right. So now on how to set your pricing, right? So I have already started sharing that you should consider your skill level and your expertise. If you're starting, it is okay that you price your skill level and your experience, your expertise low. But as you grow, it has to grow with you. That's why it is important to grow. Next thing you need to do is to also ask for industry rate and just be competitive with it. For instance, if people that are also beginners are charging 100K, you will have to know what you're bringing to the table to ask for 200K. Is it possible? It is. But what are you bringing to the table that other beginners like you are not bringing to the table? For instance, it can be, oh, in-person content creation 4 times in a month. I will come to where you are and I will help shoot the content. For that, you can ask for extra money, right? The next thing is offer starter packages, offer packages. So have different packages. I've done this right from when I started, even up to now. Have the basic package, the standard, the premium. You can name your whatever you want to name it, but have different packages that allow people to, okay, lean into this. All right, since I'll take the basic package, I will pay 100K for it. I'll take the standard package, I'll pay 180. I'll take the premium package, I'll pay 350. So depending on the packages you have and what you will be doing for them. So it is also good for you to have packages that you can give to people. Where to find clients? Social media platforms. You can find clients on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, even Facebook groups. How do you do this? Just advertise yourself. Talk about the things that you're doing. There are two ways majorly to find clients. You can either attract them to you or you reach out to them. Attracting them to you is posting content, creating content on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, depending on where you are, that makes it possible for people to search and they can find you and they're like, I like what this person is doing. Let me work with this person. Or you can use freelance websites, Upwork, Fiverr, People Per Hour. You can use these websites to also try to bid for jobs and get jobs there. Now, you can also go through networking. I have a team member that recently brought a client to the agency. And how did she do it? She went for a network event and she started talking about what we did at the agency. And then she was able to bring that person and his two businesses to the agency. This is how networking works. You need to be able to go out where people that may need your services are and tell them what it is that you do. Now, how do you pitch and sell your services? You have to create an irresistible offer, right? You have to create an irresistible offer. Highlight results, not just tax. So you're not saying, oh, I'm going to post for you, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. It's important, but that's not what takes attention. What takes attention is what you are able to offer them, the results that you're able to offer them in the end, right? So you look at an account and you can tell what they need. For some of them, you can see that it's inconsistency. They're not always posting. So you're offering them inconsistency. For some of them, it's lack of results. So they're always posting, but you can tell that the content is the reason why this is not doing well. You are offering them better engagement, better content that appeals to their audience. So always offer results and not just tax. Don't say I will create content for you. That is basic. Offer results. All right. Use the DM strategy where you can also just slide into use the DM strategy where you can just slide into their DM and send them a message. You know, the message is talking about, okay, I think I have a script for the message. So engage with a potential client post. Now, let's give an example of what a message can be like. Hi, the name of the business owner. I love what you're doing with so and so. You can highlight something specific that they're doing that lets them know that you've truly gone through their page. Your content is this, and I really see that you have a great product or service. I highlight, this is very general because we're not talking of a particular topic, but you need to highlight what it is, the one thing that they're doing well. It can be the product, the service, it can be the idea of the business itself. Highlight something that is interesting. Now, I noticed a few areas where you could improve your, now talk about what they can improve and how you can step in to do that. Then ask them if they are open for a quick chat so that you share some insight. Some of them will agree to it and they will agree, and you will have a discovery call. Now remember that whenever you're pitching, the law of average comes into play. It means that to get one person to respond to you, you have to send to 10. To get four people to respond to you, you have to send to 40. And then inside the people that are responding to you, as in getting on a discovery call, to get one of them to respond to you, you have to have been on a discovery call with like 5 to 10 of them, and one of them will now pay for the service. Sometimes that number can increase to 3%, right? So don't worry about that. Sometimes it can increase to plenty percentages, but because once people have gotten on a discovery call with you, it already tells you that they are pre-qualified, they are interested in what you're doing. So if you can smash the discovery call is your first point of communication with a potential client, where they want to know how you can help them. You also want to tell them how you can help them, know if you're a good fit for their business, what their business problem is, and how you step in to solve that solution. All right, to bring a solution to that. So depending on how you handle discovery call, you can close even up to 50% of the people that get on a discovery call with you. But just know it is a numbers game. So I will imagine that if I want two new clients, I will send that message to about 100 businesses, expecting 10 to reach back to me and expecting to close two from them. And the way to make sure that your numbers are higher is to be intentional about the kind of businesses you're sending to. Don't be sending a pitch to businesses that you can obviously see that they have a social media manager. You're sending a message to the social media manager and the person will just delete it. So you need to study the page and see where they are actually in need of a social media manager, right? Or if you can reach out to the owner of the business directly and not in their DMs, then that is possible. Because if you're reaching out through the DMs, if it's not the owner that is managing their account, then the social media manager is just going to archive your message. All right. So you have to be wise about that. Personally, I prefer to give a lot of value and attract clients to me. I find that it's easy, but the pitch method also works if you can stay dedicated to it and send and do the work of sourcing for the people that you're going to pitch to. All right. So follow up and close the sale. You can offer a free audit after you're done, book a discovery call, send a contract and an invoice after you're done with the discovery call. Send them a contract. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I need from you. This is what I'm going to deliver to you. Send them an invoice and then you can expect them to pay, and then you onboard them properly and begin. Now let's quickly talk about managing clients and scaling up. To onboard clients professionally, send them a welcome package. The welcome package is just basically welcome to so and so. Okay, in our case, we say social media guru agency. We're excited to have you and we look forward to working with you to achieve your business goals. These are some of the things that we'll be needing from you, your login details, your this, your that. We just list all of those things that we need. That is the welcome package. So we're just giving you an experience as to what you can expect. Then we receive some of the details that we want from you. This is the link for you to upload videos and photos going forward. This is the assigned social, okay, because it's an agency now, this is your assigned social media manager and all of that. So you need to, depending on what you're welcoming, depending on the things that you need from them and what you want to give to them, you design your welcome package, right? So make sure that payment has been done. Then after payment has been done and we send a welcome package, in that welcome package there will be a meeting for an onboarding session. Now this onboarding session will include sitting down to tell you about the strategy that we have created, so that at least for that first month you can have additions and subtractions, so that we'll make sure that we are on the same wavelength with you. And after that is done, we create the content calendar and then we start delivering results by posting daily, setting up reports to show you the growth, staying consistent, just doing the day-to-day work. And after a month, we can now send you a report. All right. So how to scale and increase your income? As you grow, please raise your prices. You cannot stay on the same price point for a year and you are still on it the next year. You have to grow. So how do you grow? Grow in your skill, grow in your confidence, grow in experience, and raise your prices as you grow. After some time, you begin to have a lot of clients. You can hire a team and become an agency like I've done, or you can get a virtual assistant or multiple assistants to help you handle tasks. All right. Offer additional services. You can say, okay, to my agency, we're going to have ads, we're going to have website management, we're going to have blog writing if you can. Right. In our own case, we added UGC content creation. So depending on what you can also add, just to make sure that you're increasing income, you can do that. All right. So now I want to know, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions? If you do, now will be the time to ask them. I have gone through everything that you need to know on how to set a business, how to start up as a social media manager, set up your business, work through structure, and then how to scale your businesses. All right. If you have any questions, I will be glad to help you. And for any reason you are interested in following this path, you want to further, you want to grow more, here, and you're looking for more defined teaching, because like I said, there is only so much that we can teach in under an hour. You can come to the social media guru agency and learn more. But this conference is brought to you by 10x Business Conference, and I hope that we are all getting ready to attend in person. While I wait for questions, if anybody has questions, and if there are no questions, Miracle, you can come on board to take over from here. Thank you very much. Miracle? Hello, Miracle, are you there? Any questions?
Thank you so much, Ma.
Oh,
Thank you.
sorry,
That was,
Martha. I've been
yes,
communicating with miracles.
that's
It was in
fine.
my mouth.
That's fine.
Martha.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, someone is asking a question. Let me just. Okay. Oh, okay. That's not a question. All right. Samuel says he has the question. Samuel, please drop your question in the comments and I will have it up. Okay. So please let us appreciate our speaker tonight. Thank you very much, Ma. I really enjoyed your session today, especially because you talked about pricing, and I know that that's some of the challenges that a lot of us are facing. When it comes to selling ourselves, and it's good to know that we're able to understand the market value before we go ahead to make our prices. And then it's also important that we take note that you don't have to just jump into raising your prices just because you want to earn so much money or you think you want to make money out of social media. It's important to look at your level of experience and also charge accordingly. So this was really a very insightful class. I don't think I want to go into social media business, but I've been able to understand a thing or two from this session, and I just hope I am not the only one that took all of the value away. So please, if you have any question or you just have a contribution, please feel free. The comment section is open. Samuel, you have a question. All right, let me bring that up. Okay.
In the choice of business name, what should be considered? Honestly, nothing. Like, it just has to be, because now it depends on you personally, right? For instance, when I chose social media guru, it was based off on skills. I want people to immediately think about social media, to immediately think about social media guru, and they think, oh, someone that can help me with my social media. Now, some people would want to use a name that will be able to encompass more things so that they can use it for other things in the future. Because, for instance, now with social media guru, it's limit there's a limit to some of the things that I can do, but I knew these things and I was okay with it when I went ahead to register the business and set up everything that I needed to do. Right. So based on that, you need to know that to create a business name, all you have to do is clarity and relevance. Let it be clear. Like when people hear the business name, are they able to know what it is that you are doing? And if for any reason they do not know, do you have like a will I say like a subtext that allows them to know the relevance of that thing that you are doing? Secondly, let it be simple and let it be very memorable, right? It's easy for you to remember social media gurus. It's easy for you to remember the gazelle. It has to be memory. If you are now, there was one there was one ad that was following me, and the name of the agency was so long. I remember thinking to myself, this is actually wrong. A name should not be this long. Like, now, if I miss this ad, because of how long the name is, I will not even be able to remember what it is that I saw, right? But it's easier for you to just remember if it's one name or if it's something that rhymes. For instance, social media, you will remember it easily. So it has to be simple and it has to be memorable. And then depending on what is available. So even when you feel like, oh, I'm not ready to go and register with CAC and the rest yet, always check to make sure, so that you're not in a position where you have finished growing a brand to an extent. You now want to go and register it and do all the professional things and the name is not available. Then you have to now start changing your names again, and make sure that it is flexible for future growth. Like I said, right? Make sure it is flexible. So in our own case, social media guru has now branched into SMG agency, academy. There is more that will come from it, but it is still within the confines of social media. For some people, you may decide that it's not just social media you want to use that name and do. You want to do some other things, and then you have to put that into. So it will all be based on what you want. It will be a decision to make, but just bear these things in mind. Bear these things in mind and let your name just signify what you do. So even if it is a, for instance, let me give an example now. If you just hear the gazelle, you may not know what it is, but when you hear agency at the end, you now begin to think, okay, yeah, it's true. They may be doing something related to social media management and social media or digital or marketing. Then you now want to ask to confirm. But immediately you hear agency, your mind goes that it has to have something to do with digital marketing, social media, this, that. When you now go, do not tell you, okay, this is what we do, this is what we do, this is what we do. So yeah, that's what should be considered.
Thank you so much, Precious. This is really, really amazing to know. Thank you so much. Should I ever think of going into the social media business, I already know that I have everything that I need. And if I decide to start my own agency, you have given me all the tools. So thank you. I'm sure I am not the only
You're
one who
welcome.
benefited from tonight's session. So please show some love if you got so much value tonight. And if you still have questions, please go ahead and ask questions because we're about to wrap up. Okay. So Samuel says thank you. Thank you, Samuel, for
You're welcome,
joining.
Samuel. You're
Thank
welcome,
you so
Samuel.
much. Yes, and I like this quote from you. I think I'm just going to go with it going forward. It says, "Let it be simple and memorable." And I think that is something that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to defining your niche or trying to
Mm-hmm.
craft a name for your business. So something that is simple and memorable always sticks. It's always, there
Yeah.
is no way. It's just like all the popular brands that we have today. It is because they made it clear, simple, and concise, and also very
Mm-hmm.
memorable. So I think that is one thing I am making sure to take home this night. Simple and memorable. Thank you so much, Precious, for joining us tonight.
You're
Okay, it seems
welcome.
there's no more questions. So we appreciate you for joining us on today's webinar.
Thank
If there
you.
are any more questions, I'm sure we'll be able to send them across. But other than that,
All
thank
right.
you. And with this, before we go, I want to say that 10x Business Conference is coming to Abuja live, and we would like you all to be a part of this conference. We're not just dishing out webinars just to come and talk and all of that. We want you to be a part of this conference because you get so much value from the conference. If you're aspiring to become an entrepreneur or you want to actually go into social media business, there are other things you need to know. It's not just about getting the right pricing and also setting up your portfolio. You still need to meet people, you need to network, you need to connect with people in your niche. You need to meet with industry experts to give you more insights. And this is where 10x Business Conference comes in. The tickets are fast selling, and I'm telling you that in less than a week, we would be totally sold out, completely sold out. So please, if you have not gotten your tickets, go ahead to 10xbusinessconference.africa.com to purchase your ticket. Or you can just reach out to us on social media. Our DMs are open and we'll be more than happy to help. So, with this, we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's do this sometime next week. Bye, guys.